Good evening and welcome to Anglia News. In a moment, we'll be taking a look back at the weather in 2009. But first, a grandmother from Norfolk has died in a hit-and-run accident on Christmas Eve. Catherine Aldridge was knocked down in the village of Pulham, St Mary near Diss while walking to church. Kate Prout reports.
Lighting a candle in memory of a much-loved grandmother, mother and regular churchgoer. The font that Catherine Aldridge had decorated just days before her death.
She was loved by everybody. She had a very warm disposition. She was the sort of lady, she had a beatific smile. Her smile radiated from the whole of her body. And people were drawn to her. And so, it's just a tragedy. All death is a tragedy, I suppose, to families, but it was just that this was so unexpected.
67-year-old Catherine had lived in this village for most of her life and was, by all accounts, a well-known and popular face.
It was as Catherine Aldridge was walking to church on Christmas Eve for her favourite service, the crib service. She was crossing this road and was struck, apparently by a car reversing from the main road into this road. It then drove off.
That was 6 p.m. Catherine Aldridge died on Christmas Day at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital. What police do know is that the vehicle that hit Catherine was red.
We think it's either a van with rear windows or a vehicle that's been adapted possibly to carry a wheelchair, that type of vehicle. And we think that the back window is broken, so therefore any repair companies that are asked to repair such a vehicle at this time of year, we'd ask them to get in contact with us straight away.
In such a close-knit community, police are convinced somebody knows who did this and who robbed a family and a village of a shining light. Kate Prout, Anglia News, Pulham St Mary in Norfolk.
Police have confirmed that a body found in a river in Bishop Stortford is that of 13-year-old Jordan Trousdale. He went missing after visiting a skate park on Christmas Eve. A post-mortem examination to establish the cause of his death will take place tomorrow. The family of Jordan Trousdale have had their worst fears confirmed. A body found in the River Stort in Bishop Stortford on Boxing Day is that of the 13-year-old. He was last seen on Christmas Eve at the skate park in the Causeway. And yesterday, a number of friends visited the skate park to lay flowers and pay their respects. Meanwhile, other families are waiting desperately for news as searches continue across our region. Essex police continue to look for 22-year-old Adam Parsfield, who was last seen on a night out in Chelmsford on December the 19th. Specialist police teams have been searching the River Chelmer and the surrounding area. And tomorrow, divers will continue to look for Paul Litchfield, who is feared drowned in Brightwell Lake near Ringstead in Northamptonshire. Police have already recovered the body of his friend, Philip Surridge. They disappeared on December the 21st, when it's thought they went into the water to rescue a dog. In Bishop Stortford, a post-mortem examination will take place on Jordan's body tomorrow to establish a cause of death. Police say they are continuing to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death, although nothing suspicious is believed to have taken place. A 6-year-old girl has collapsed and died at a children's activity centre in Northampton. The girl died at Berserk in Moulton Park just after 1 p.m. yesterday. Northamptonshire police said there were not thought to be any suspicious circumstances surrounding the death, but inquiries are continuing. Berserk describes itself on its website as Northampton's premier children's activity centre. The site says it was started in July 1994 and has been owned and run by the same family ever since. Plans to reorganise education in Suffolk are being delayed by up to 4 years. The County Council decided to move to a 2-tier primary and secondary system despite fierce protests over the closure of 40 middle schools. Now it's unlikely to be completed before 2017. It hoped to complete the reorganisation by 2013, but funding problems mean the final phase in Bury St Edmunds will not happen until at least September 2017. Now, if like me, you've been enjoying the fine food that's on offer at Christmas, spare a thought for a young lad from Essex who can't eat any of it. It's because 5-year-old Thomas Hills from Clacton is allergic to food. Matthew Whiting reports.
Thomas Hills is a colourful young lad, a happy-go-lucky 5-year-old boy who likes nothing more than to play with his older brother James at the family home in Clacton. But Thomas has a rare condition that means his life is very different to other boys of his age. He's allergic to food.
people don't really understand, you know, that the first thing that happens if, you know, if somebody falls down is that they offer him a packet of sweets, and I have to be everywhere with him because obviously people are being kind and they don't realise that in theory that could actually kill Thomas.
Thomas has never eaten a proper meal because his body cannot handle solids. He has to be fed pre-digested food in a bottle or through a tube into his stomach.
Well, trying to get anyone to drink 1,200 ml of fluid a day is a lot, but he must have that much each day, so calorie-wise they're trying to make the milk even thicker at the moment so that he gets more calories, because as you can see he's very, very small.
From a young age, Thomas has had to take steroids to help calm his allergic reactions, but they have also stunted his growth. Mum Lisa would just like to know more about this rare condition.
We don't know anyone else. I go on the internet all the time looking for different people to try and find something, an answer, but there doesn't seem to be any at the moment, so...
Despite what he's been through, Thomas remains a happy, cheeky lad with the same taste in food as children everywhere.
Your first thing you'd like to eat? Chocolate. Chocolate.
Matthew Whiting, Anglia News.
Next, she's an Oscar-winning actress, best known for her roles in The Queen, Calendar Girls and long-running ITV drama series Prime Suspect. But 64-year-old Dame Helen Mirren actually began her acting career in Essex, starring in productions such as The Tempest in Westcliff-on-Sea. Now, 50 years later, she's been given a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Women in Film and Television Awards in London. ITV's Helen James went along to meet her.
First of all, what's it like coming here today? You've had so many awards and accolades, but what about this one? It means a lot, doesn't it, for women?
It means a lot to me that this organisation exists, I guess, and to be recognised by them, of course, is fantastic. But much more important is, I feel, rather than them supporting me, I'm supporting them, if you know what I mean, by being here, because I think that, you know, when I first came into the world of film and television, especially film, there were no women on the set. I mean, there would be 150 men and maybe 2 women, one of which might be the person putting your costume on. So, you know, things have really changed. They've really developed, and it's only, honestly, thanks to organisations like this. There's still a long way to go. So this organisation needs to continue and needs to be supported.
Now, you wanted to be an actress back when you were 13 in The Tempest, weren't you, in Westcliff-on-Sea at your school there? Tell me about that, and could you imagine your career spanning out like this?
Well, the ridiculous thing is when you're young, of course, you think it is going to be like this.
So playing Caliban, you thought,
yeah, it'll be no problem. But, you know, then you hit the reality, you know, and then comes the hard work, and then you work really hard for many, many, many years, and then you get a Lifetime Achievement Award.
And what's it like getting a life? Do you keep getting these Lifetime Achievements Awards?
Do I? I think this is the first one I've got.
Are you going to get one earlier on in the year, or are you going to get one in LA, are you?
No, I don't think so.
This is the first one.
Oh, maybe Palm Springs. Yeah.
Palm Springs, you're going to get one, aren't you?
Palm Springs. Lifetime Achievement Award from Palm Springs, can you imagine? Oh, Lord.
Amazing. And,
yeah.
And you've been working on Brighton Rock?
Yes, I have, yes.
And with John Hurt, who's going to be presenting the
award?
award.
Yes, I know. He's
nice
an old
to be
friend.
In Brighton?
Yeah, great to be in Brighton. I worked in my aunt's bed and breakfast shop as a Why do I have to do in her bed and breakfast hotel as a waitress? So it was, you know, I was on old ground. Oh, you know, the paps are getting out of control.
Okay, thank you.
So bye-bye.
Well, on to football now, and in the Championship, Ipswich roared back from their Boxing Day defeat to score a strong 3-0 win over QPR, while Peterborough came from behind to draw 4-4 with Cardiff but stay bottom. In League One, Norwich's game at Walsall was postponed, but Colchester's strong run continued with a 2-1 win over Southampton. The MK Dons went down 1-0 at Huddersfield, but Southend were 2-1 winners at Leyton Orient. In League Two, Northampton were held to a 0-0 draw at Barnet. Well, there's more snow for parts of the region